join me here in Lakeview, take the Belmont Red Line stop and come on up here, I'd love to see you. Now, when it comes to reopening the course, keep in mind that starts 6 hours after the runners start. Lauren, back to you.
Kai, thank you. And we're ready now for the Color Guard presented by Chicago's own Westinghouse High School. And for a national anthem, Gene Honda.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and kindly remove all hats for the singing of our national anthem, sung today by Allison Rubel, President and CEO, USO of Illinois.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Absolutely beautiful. Always nice to hear the national anthem.
And you see that sea of humanity and runners ready to go, over 40,000. Them hearing the national anthem, that really inspires you.
Love to imagine the adrenaline down there right now.
Yeah, you just want to get going at this point in time. It's like, shoot the gun, let's get going. I'm cold here. And you want to be a little chilly on the starting line. That's great.
And of course, Chicago has seen its share of iconic races, and 2 American women have etched their name in marathon history right here along Columbus Drive. For more on that, here's Stephen Holt. Good morning, Stephen.
Hey, good morning, guys. An exciting story. Here's the deal. These are 2 fierce competitors, but also 2 dear friends who have a very special story that is linked to the Chicago Marathon. We're talking about Dina Castor and Joan Benoit Samuelson. Unfortunately, today we found out that Joan will not be running here in the Chicago Marathon due to an illness. But nonetheless, these are 2 women that are clearly leaving their mark on a great moment in Chicago sports.
The 2 greatest American female marathon runners in history, once again, will be racing through the streets of Chicago. 1985 winner Joan Benoit Samuelson, and the last American woman to win Chicago, 2005 champion Dina Castor.
My personal goal coming into the race is to run 2:25, which is quite lofty. It's a goal to break American Masters record.
Every time I go out and run a marathon, I try to tell a story to motivate myself. So the most logical story for Chicago this year is to try to run within 30 minutes of my record time 30 years ago.
Castor is the current American women's record holder, a mark which has stood for almost a decade.
I think having the American record in the marathon was a very special accomplishment in my career.
I was with Dina when she ran her first marathon, and I told the press after the race that they were looking at the next American record holder in the marathon. To pass the baton to Dina was something very, very special.
For as long as I've been in this sport, Joan Benoit Samuelson has been a huge inspiration to me. Coming into the Coliseum and waving her white hat in victory at the first ever Women's Olympic Marathon, giving back to the running communities and inspiring people around the world.
Castor and Benoit share a special place in the record books as the only American women to win an Olympic medal in the marathon. And at the ages of 42 and 58, it appears neither one is quite ready to stop chasing history.
For me, every finish line gives me an opportunity to set another goal and to keep moving forward.
To get on that podium at the Bank of America Chicago Marathon is a great feeling, and I'd love to be on it once again.
know how disappointed Joan is not to be in the race today, but of course she'll be joining us in the booth a little bit later on. And guys, we're getting ready for the men's elite wheelchair start. A lot of big names returning this year.
Well, Joshua George, the defending champion, is back. Last year, the top 11 men in the field, they finished within 11 seconds of one another. It could be a great race again today. And we are underway.
Yeah, I'm looking for Kurt Fernley here. He's lost the last 2 years by 1 second each time, the Australian Fernley. You know, he is so experienced, the 34-year-old. Very, very strong. He's a former Boston champion. He's a four-time champion here. He's a man who is hungry, I think.
You know, Ed, one of the most amazing things I think about the men's wheelchair is that they keep this same pace, the same steady pace for almost the entire 26.2 miles.
Yeah, they just get out and they push and they push and they push and they work with each other, they draft behind each other, and it's very strategic in the process. That's why we see sometimes these races coming down to just a big sprint finish. I like Ernst van Dijk, the 9 times winner of the Boston Marathon. He's also in the field. Should be an amazing quality field.
Joshua George, again, the defending champion, as the women are about to...
This is indicative win here, a 6th title in all. She has the course record in London. They call her the Beast because she is so strong. She's an outstanding favourite here, and she's the one to chase.
She's won 5 of the last 6. Who could she be challenged by, Ed?
Well, you know, Amanda McGrory has won this 3 times as well. They're training partners. They train together. They know one another.